My dad was a deacon, and he would sing "This Little Light of Mine." And that just always resonated with me from a tiny girl on.
Betty Turner has a glow about her when she's making glass art at her This Little Light studio in Old Hickory.
I want you to choose any of these strips that are already cut.
Betty spent 33 years at Nashville Electric Service, helping folks keep their lights on at home. But what lights up her life now is this: shaping and manipulating glass into amazing pieces of art.
The ability to manipulate glass apparently was something that was already in me, and I just had to discover how to make it work and manifest itself in the most professional and the most aesthetically pleasing sense.
Her love of glass started when Betty was just a little girl.
As a child, when I would visit churches that had stained glass windows, I was always more attracted to the stained glass than whatever message the minister was delivering. So that got me in a lot of trouble, you know, because my mom was pretty serious about paying attention, but my head was usually swiveling to see the light dancing off the glass.
Betty says melting and molding this transparent solid is therapeutic. It's a way for her to release emotional stresses in her own life.
You know, I have quite a few of my stained glass pieces that are just highly personal and close to my heart. And those things are the most satisfying when I can think it, dream it, or just feel it, have lived an experience, and then be able to, as some artists say, put it down on paper. I can put it into glass.
It's kind of addicting.
Betty now shares her talent by teaching others.
The students are working with vitrograph stringer, and that is glass that is heated in a kiln, a small kiln, to the point where it is molten. And we pull those strings and shape them into curves or swirls or just however you want to make it flow.
Her specialty is fusion, a technique that allows for depth, texture, and shaping. The result is a unique and rare item. Betty didn't start out doing fusion.
I started off doing Tiffany style copper foil stained glass. And when I started taking those lessons, just as a novice, I enjoyed making the scenes with flowers or the abstract, you know, somewhat biblical looking scenes. And I started having a great longing for representations of myself and my personal life experiences, which I couldn't find in stained glass.
Betty continues to train with artists all over the world, learning new techniques and ways to transform the glass.
Here we explore all of the possibilities. Can you bend it? Can you shape it? Can you melt it? What can you do with glass? And if there's a new idea or something different you can do with glass, we're going to figure it out here, and we do it, and we have fun doing it.
So we are working with glass. You definitely want to wear your safety glasses because it can shatter, and you want to make sure that your eyes are safe. Betty, I would love to decorate this piece of glass here. Do you suggest that I kind of visualize something in my head, or should I just be a little more abstract and let it go where it goes?
I think it works better when it's organic, when you just let the glass go where it goes. A lot of times once you lay out your first few pieces, you'll start to be able to see what it's going to be.
Some of the pieces you can just break with your bare hands, but Betty says be very careful or you'll leave the studio with more than cut glass.
You will get cut. After a while it doesn't hurt as much because you're just so accustomed to the feel, and to me it sounds weird, but it almost becomes a badge of honor.
This native Nashvilleian says her art isn't just about making something pretty. It's about making a connection, a reflection of what's going on inside her.
I have a couple of pieces that I worked on at really low points in my life, when I was having health issues or when there were emotional and family issues. And the only way that I could get it out, you know, short of screaming like a maniac, was to go and cut glass and create something of beauty from that sorrow or from that difficult time I was going through.
Glass is known for its ability to reflect light. Betty wants not only her own life to be a prism that illuminates the positive, but also the vehicle for others to let their little light shine.
Each person has a light within, and some people choose to show it. Some people never find it. And some people, it really shines brightly. Some people, you can just meet them and know that there's a special light in their life. And glass is the light in my life. Outside of my family, my love of glass and the passion for it is a light that keeps driving me.
Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.